delighted to host this sold-out fight here at Turning Stone. And we're looking forward to this legendary weekend at our destination resort. According to Bleacher Report, this fight promises to be, and I quote, an unrelenting kind of can't-miss action that is almost certain to produce a fight of the year. At this point, Tom, I'd like to recognize Ray Hallbreder, Oneida Nation representative and Nation Enterprises CEO, on the side of the stage, and also in our audience today, Dale Rude, Oneida Nation Council member. Dale's back near the cameras, I believe.
Cecilia.
And now, I'll turn it over to Oneida Nation representative and Chief Executive Officer of Oneida Nation Enterprises, Mr. Ray Hallbreder.
What excitement. Welcome to Turning Stone Resort and Casino. We're honored to be hosting these two great fighters on this weekend. We know this fight could have been held in any location, Vegas, Miami, or Los Angeles, but we're happy you chose to have it here at Turning Stone. I'd like to welcome back, especially Oscar De La Hoya, Olympic gold medalist and world champion in 6 different weight classes. Central New Yorkers have really responded to Saturday's fight, and that is because of what we've done in recent years to build a strong boxing fan base. For example, Boxing Hall of Famer Mike Tyson selected Turning Stone for his world debut as a promoter. Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, made her boxing debut at Turning Stone, and Saturday's fight will mark Turning Stone's 15th nationally televised fight in 2 years. In fact, all but 2 of the major networks have televised fights from Turning Stone. While you're visiting our 3,400-acre Condé Nast Award-winning resort this weekend, we hope you experience all of our world-class amenities, including more than 20 restaurants, 2 spas, 5 golf courses, many that are just opening for the season, multiple nightlife venues, and a 120,000 square foot casino. Lucas and Ruslan, good luck to both of you. We've enjoyed following the build-up to this fight, and we look forward to seeing you both in the ring on Saturday. Thank you.
And now to continue the news conference, I'm pleased to bring up to the podium Artie Blulow of Banner Promotions. Artie.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to say a few words about the fight, then I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Oscar De La Hoya from Golden Boy. He'll say a few words, introduce his team, and then we'll go shoot the Ruslan. Listen, I think everybody in the room and in the industry knows this is the best fight of the year. When we had the media call a couple weeks ago, a reporter asked me, what do I think of the fight? And I said, I had the good fortune 10, 11 years ago to co-promote with Gary Shaw and Bob Arum, Corrales-Castillo 1. And that's what this fight could be. And everybody in the industry knows that. And the people at Turning Stone, they jumped all over the opportunity to have these 2 great warriors at their casino. It is going to be TV friendly, fan friendly, just like everybody knows. There's no hype necessary. I would like to thank my partners because, you know, I did the deal with them in a matter of moments. When I called Eric, got Oscar, I said, let's put this fight together. Eric says to me, this is what Lucas wants. And I said, well, this is what Ruslan wants. So it's very rare, and I'm very great that 2 fighters in the prime of their career are willing to be in the ring at the same time against another guy who is the best at what they do. It's very good stuff. I do want to thank HBO for buying the fight. There is a split feed on that night. Patrick's not here. It was Patrick or Kevin not able to make it from HBO because of their plane. The show opens up at 9:45. I'm doing a little PR for HBO. 9:45 in Texas with Crawford and Algieri. Then the fight comes to our venue here where we're the main event on the card. I want to thank Ray. If it wasn't for Ray Hallbreder and the great staff at Turning Stone, I've been coming here for years. They're great people, and they're a first-class operation. Also, I want to thank Verona. I want to thank the Mexican Tourism Board, Corte Ticia, our Russian vodka, and I just want to say to you, it's been a very well-run, smooth event, and Oscar and his people are just terrific. And I'm going to turn it over to my partner and good people to work with. And there are promoters who get along with each other and work with each other. Thank you very much. Oscar De La Hoya.
Thank you very much, Artie. It really is a pleasure to be working side by side with another promoter in boxing, making the great fights, making the fights that the fans deserve to watch. And I remember when I was here, being inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, I stood up and preached about how we should put our egos aside, everybody in the boxing industry, in order to make the fights that the fans deserve watching. And this is a testament to that. This is a perfect example of what boxing can be, or what boxing is, when you work with Artie Pelulu, when you have two great fighters, setting differences aside, setting egos aside, you make the best fights happen. And who wins? The fans. And that's what Golden Boy Promotions is all about. And that's what Banner Promotions is all about. So we're really, really happy and excited as promoters and as fans of the sport to be watching such a terrific event on HBO Boxing. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge and call up to the podium a partner and a man who really needs no introduction. He's a legend in the sport of boxing, and I'm proud to call him my partner, and I'm proud to have been in the same ring with him in my career. So it is my pleasure now to introduce to you, to speak to you about the significance of this event, and that is Bernard the Executioner Hopkins. No, the alien.
Thanks to everyone. Oscar, you know, our Pelulu and I go back a long time. He did promoted one of my middleweight defenses early on in my career. Of course, Oscar and I have a business and also career-wise history together. And to me, he's one of the best guys, honest to work with, and that's why I'm here. And for the sport of boxing. And you hear that a lot, for the sport of boxing, for the sport of boxing. But we are here to make the best fights that the fans want to see, and then trickles down to the media. As I look across the aisle right now, and I see a lot of faces from the past and, you know, present. Y'all get a chance to write about good fights. You know, maybe not superstars in some cases as time goes on, but they will build up to be that because you follow them and you see them fight the guys that they need to fight to be at that certain level. So we here at Stone get a chance to see two warriors, two great guys that want to prove that they are the standout amongst their division. And you put the fights together and you make it happen. You heard our Pelulu said, fight was talked about, and then it was done. That's what we want to start. We want to start a good vibe around boxing world that the media and also fans is going to demand, not only from us, but other promoters, Oscar, and other entities that's doing boxing wherever they're doing it at, to be able to continue to say we want the best fights, or you know what, we're not buying it, we're not coming, we're not viewing it, we're not doing none of the things to support it. And so put pressure on us, y'all, to continue to do this, because sometimes, not maybe us, but others might fall asleep and get comfortable. And as a champion, that me and Oscar understand in the ring, that no other promoter, advisor, or businessman can even talk about or fathom. We've been there, we've done it, we understand it, but now we're in a different role. And that role is to give y'all what we know y'all want. The best fighting the best, and everybody wins. Thank you, and enjoy the fight Saturday, because these two great guys is going to, I'm telling you, this is not hype talk. This has a great chance, over 80% chance of being fight of the year, and also fighter of the year, because I know they coming to fight, I know they coming to pit all they have to do to each other to be successful, and that's what we want. So, thank you, talk to you later on, and enjoy the fights, and write something good about us.
Thank you very much, Bernard. And as you know, a fight of this magnitude needs that perfect home, that perfect network to televise this wonderful event. And HBO, it doesn't get any better than that. When you watch a fight on HBO, you know you're in for a special treat. You'll know you're watching the best boxing there is to be televised. I am happy to announce that this event will be televised live on HBO. Boxing TV starts at 9:45 Eastern Time, Pacific. And like I said before, HBO has really stepped up to the plate. When you think about HBO, you think about the best boxing in the world today and for the last 30 years. So it is happy to have the best partners in the business with HBO, so thank you very much. Also would like to thank the sponsors. Mexico, Live It to Believe It, thank you very much. Also Corona Extra, thank you. And also Cortesian Vodka, thank you very much for promoting this wonderful event. We are extremely grateful in your participation, and we wanted to make sure that we only not just give you a great main event, but from top to bottom, we wanted to put an exciting card on for you guys. An exciting card where we at Golden Boy Promotions pride ourselves in putting on great fights. We have amazing matchmakers, and let me take this opportunity to acknowledge Golden Boy's VP, and that is Eric Gomez, who is very instrumental in making these big fights happen. Also Robert Diaz, who is by far one of the best in the business when it comes to matchmaking. We have a terrific undercard. I would like to acknowledge two young fighters who we've put in tough. We at Golden believe that, I mean, if you're going to be champion, if you want to be champion, you're going to have to pass a tough test. It's not going to be an easy road. So, for instance, we have a young, up-and-coming champion that we believe can be world champion relatively soon. And let me introduce to you, he has a record of 24-0 with 20 knockouts. He's in the 154-pound division, and that is Patrick Teixeira. Patrick? Now, he's fighting another Patrick Alati, that has a record of 30-1 with 24 knockouts. So this will be a 10-round middleweight bout. So based on the records, you look at it on paper, it should be a terrific fight. And you don't see these types of matchups on undercard fights. It just doesn't happen. But we at Golden Boy Promotions pride ourselves in our matchmaking and make sure that the fans are pleased with our work. Also on the card, it is a pleasure to have Eddie Gomez and Lamont Roach Jr., who are prospects, who are just fighters who we are extremely proud of and feel that that they are the next world champions for boxing. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Team Lucas Matthysse. First off, I am proud to talk about his team, the manager, the person who made it happen, the person who we've been working with for many years. He is the top promoter in Argentina. He is a partner who probably has never said no to us. He understands our philosophy of making the best fights happen. He trusts us because we know how to do the job, and we have the experience in putting on the best boxing in the last 10 years. You know, it's partners like him. Why we have been successful in the last 10, 15 years. You know, we haven't been involved in the biggest boxing events in history for a reason. You know, it's because of having that partnership with people like the next gentleman I'm going to introduce to you. So at this moment, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the manager of Lucas Matthysse, Mario Verona, to say a few words. Mario.
Gracias, Oscar. Gracias, my friend. Buenas tardes a todos, un gusto. Bueno, estamos muy contentos de estar en este lugar.
Good afternoon to everybody. We're very excited to be here, very thankful.
Quiero agradecer a HBO, a Golden Boy, a Pacman por compartir la mesa.
We'd like to thank HBO, Golden Boy Promotion, Banner Promotion,
A Armando y a Ruslan por haber aceptado la pelea. Nos cuesta un poco de trabajo conseguir rivales. Gracias, muy amable.
Thank you personally, Artie Palulo and Ruslan, for accepting the fight. Thank you very much.
El equipo de Matthysse ha hecho un gran trabajo y Lucas ha puesto lo mejor de sí para estar hoy aquí y presentar al mejor Lucas Matthysse el día sábado acá en este show que vamos a hacer. Es una gran pelea.
The entire team, the Lucas Matthysse team, they did a great job, great training camp. They trained very hard for this fight so that he can be here today in the best condition ever.
Lucas ya está listo para las grandes ligas. El sábado lo va a demostrar y seguramente que va a ser con un knockout fulminante.
Lucas is a fighter that belongs in the major leagues. He belongs in this stage, in this level. And on Saturday, he's going to prove it with a great knockout.
Hace muchos años conocí a Arpelulo, año 2002, 2003, no recuerdo. Había una pelea parecida a esta, que fue sensación en todos los Estados Unidos y marcó rating televisivo en Sudamérica, en segundo lugar después de Oscar y Trinidad.
He says that he's known Artie for many years. He met him a long time ago in a similar fight, a fight that broke many records in South America. It was a big fight, very similar.
Tuvo la suerte de ganarme ese día, ganó él. En esta oportunidad no va a tener ninguna suerte, no va a tener ninguna chance de ganar. Va a ganar Lucas Matthysse por nocaut con muchísimo respeto. Muchas gracias, gracias a todos.
And he says, back then Artie got the best of me, he got that fight, he was lucky, but not this time. This time around, it's my turn to win. I'm going to win the fight on Saturday night with the knockout. Thank you very much.
Mario, I didn't have anything to do with it. It was Frank's and Mario's.
Thank you very much. At this moment, let me introduce to you the man behind the preparation, the training, the strategy. He gets Lucas Matthysse in great shape and ready for this war, and that is Luis Guti Barrera. Luis.
Buenas tardes. estoy contento que Golden Boy no haya invitado de vuelta al venimos a ganar. Eso es todo.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. We're very happy and excited that Golden Boy invited us to come fight in the U.S. again and to win.
Bueno, muchas gracias y el sábado le va a demostrar Lucas lo que es arriba de un ring.
Bien, bien.
Well, once again, thank you very much. He doesn't have much words to say. On Saturday night, Lucas is going to prove that he belongs. Thank you.
And now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the pride of Argentina. I would have to say one of the best fighters to have come out of Argentina. Not only does he have that fighting spirit, which every fighter from Argentina has, but he has that great combination of being a brawler if he has to. He has probably one of the highest knockout percentages in boxing today. His record speaks for itself. 36 wins with 32 knockouts. But he can also box and move, and he's a pure boxer when he wants to be. And that's a great combination to have. That's a style that is fun to watch, a boxer puncher. And that's what makes him special. That's what makes him great. That's what makes him fun to watch. His record speaks for itself. He's been in with the best. He's been in terrific fights. He's been in the fights where, I mean, we watch from the edge of our seats. You know, I remember him going up against Sorrita Soto and Lamont Peterson, DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley. He had a terrific win against John Molina, which was an amazing action-packed fight. But at the end, when he turns up, when he decides to box and uses intelligence, his boxing ability prevails. So that's the beauty about Lucas Matthysse, is that he knows how to switch up his game plan. He knows how to adapt. But the fun part about it is that his pride always gets in the way, and he loves to fight. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you a fighter who hails out of Argentina, a record with 36-3 and 32 knockouts. Let me introduce to you Lucas La Máquina Matthysse.
¡Vamos, Lucas!
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Bueno, muchas gracias por venir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Bueno, quería agradecerle a Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy, y a Mario Verona, mi promotor.
I want to thank, first of all, Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, Mario Verona, my promoter as well.
Y bueno, muchas gracias a Ruslan por aceptar la pelea. La verdad que estoy muy contento.
And I want to thank Ruslan for accepting the fight. I'm very happy for this fight.
Bueno, la verdad que hicimos un buen trabajo, así que bueno, venimos bien entrenados, bien puestos para dar una gran pelea. Así que bueno, muchas gracias a todos y nos vemos el sábado.
¡Vamos, Lucas!
I'm in great shape, and I'm very well prepared for this Saturday's fight. I'm here to put on a great performance, and you guys don't miss it on Saturday. I'm going to put on a great performance. Thank you.
¡Vamos, Lucas! ¡Vamos, Argentina! ¡Vamos, Lucas!
Thanks a lot, Oscar. Guys, it's going to be a great show. Also, we wanted to mention on the undercard is a fighter that fought up here before. His name is Vitaly Kopolenko. His only loss is to Willie Monroe, our local favorite, who won the Boxino tournament, who's now fighting on HBO as well on May the 16th, so he'll be on the card. And along with Vitor Jones, de Oliveira, who is managed by Luis Claudio Freitas, is somewhere in the crowd, and Acelino Popo Freitas. He's the nephew of the great champion of Brazil that I have the good fortune to promote his entire career. So they're also going to be on the card, I believe, in a 6-rounder. And like Oscar said, we're putting on a good undercard for everybody. Their company and ours have supplied the kind of fights that people will be enjoying leading up to the main event, which is going to be a barn burner. So right now, I would like to bring up a young man I've been working with from the very get-go. I promoted Ruslan from his first fight on. I went to Russia 7.5 years ago. I got lucky to meet a gentleman who's not here now, who's my partner with him, German Tita. And I knew I was going to be okay because at 11 o'clock in the morning in the Ambassador Hotel, I'm drinking vodka with these guys. And this is how I started doing business in Russia 7.5 years ago. The manager of Ruslan is Vadim Kornilov, who's been his manager for about 6 years. Good kid. We become friends. We have a lot of fighters together. And it is a family relationship. I've had dinner at his home. I know all his family. I know Ruslan's mom and dad. I know the people around us. That's what it's all about. So I'd like to bring Vadim up, say a few words, and then he's going to introduce Martin, who'll be training Ruslan in the fight on Friday night, on Saturday night, as Freddie is with Manny. But Marvin's been in his corner more than Freddie, so it's probably better as a combination for us. So Vadim, why don't you come up and say a few words and then introduce Martin.
Thank you, Artie. I appreciate it. I'll have to repeat what everybody has said. I think the first people to thank in this event is definitely the promoters. A lot of promoters are not coming together these days to make the fights that everybody wants to see. And I think here, you know, the way the fight was made, and the type of fight it is, and the fact that it only took a couple of weeks to put it together, I think we have to thank Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, and everybody else, and Banner Promotions, Artie Falula, and his team for putting this together. Because I think if it was another promoter involved, I don't think we would have this fight today, on the April 18th. And obviously, Turning Stone, HBO Boxing, all the sponsors, thank you for putting this together. One thing that I want to mention about the fight, Oscar De La Hoya has put in the press that Matthysse is going to be fighting the winner of Mayweather-Pacquiao. And, you know, such a man of such a magnitude in boxing, when he says something, it definitely means a lot. It's not just talk. And I wanted to say thank you to Oscar De La Hoya, and I appreciate that, in my opinion, Ruslan Provodnikov is going to be fighting one of those guys after he wins Matthysse. Thank you very much, and I want to bring up Martin Matthysse to say a couple of words for Ruslan's team.
First of all, I would like to thank Golden Boy Promotion and Banner Promotions for making this fight. For me, it's an honor to be part of this, and also I would like to thank Freddie Rose for giving this task. This is an opportunity for me, and at the same time, this is a big responsibility. And I would like to thank this hotel, Terence Casino. This is my third fight for this year, and we got lucky. Our first two fights was we won by first round knockout, and I'm looking forward for our third first round knockout on Saturday. Thank you.
We're going to bring up Vadim again to introduce his co-manager of the fighter, who also will translate for him.
Andre has been with Ruslan since fight number 1. You know, he's been with him since Russia. He trained him a little bit in the beginning of his career, so he'll say a couple of words.
Спасибо большое HBO, спасибо Banner Promotion, Golden Boy. Мы точно знаем, что Руслан все ждал всю карьеру этого боя. Вы увидите в субботу самый большой бой. Спасибо.
Thank you, Banner Promotions. Thank you, HBO, Golden Boy. Thanks for everybody organizing this fight. Ruslan has trained very well for this fight. One thing we know for sure is that this is the type of fight that Ruslan's been waiting for his entire career. So that has caused a lot of motivation, a lot of positive energy in this fight. And I think the same for the other side. So we're looking for a great, great fight on April 18th.
I wanted to mention something what Oxford mentioned too, which is important. Like Lucas had some mega fights to get to where he's at against very quality guys. Ruslan, in his first big fight, was against Bradley, who in the ring said he had a concussion and didn't want anything to do with him again. Then went to Denver, Colorado to fight Alvarado, who's never been down, and was down twice, I believe, in the 8th round, and then the fight was stopped in the corner. So both of these men have gotten here, right, actually fighting very good guys, very quality fighters, very determined men. This is not an accident that they're at, this is where they're at in their career. It's not an accident. So, like I said to you, I've been with Ruslan since the very beginning. They always want big fights. He always wants the toughest fight, because that's what they're looking for, like Oscar De La Hoya, who won 6 world titles in 6 divisions. I mean, it's just, he wanted to fight the best. Like Bernard Hopkins, who never wanted to fight the best. This guy's never overweight. I mean, he gets out of the ring, he's like 3 times overweight. The man's always in shape. But that's what you have with these two guys. These two guys believe that this is their job, their legacy, their future, and the way it is, you fight the best. And they're fighting each other in their prime. In their prime. Not 6 years or 7 years late, but in their prime. So I'm going to invite Ruslan Provodnikov up, who I think is the best 140-pounder in the world, and Vadim Karlov will translate for him. Ruslan.
Хай. В первую очередь я всех вас приветствую, очень благодарен, что вы не остались равнодушными к этому событию.
First of all, I want to say thank you to all you guys that are here, and that you guys care about this and care about this event and are supporting this event.
Благодарен всем тем людям, которые поспособствовали, чтобы этот бой случился. Golden Boy, Banner Promotion, HBO.
I want to say thank you to everybody who made this fight happen. Golden Boy, Banner Promotions, HBO.
Вы знаете, всю подготовку команда Лукаса на дню по несколько раз меня отправляли в нокаут.
All of my training camp, Lucas's team has been sending me to, has been knocking me out a couple of times a day.
Я рад такой самоуверенности.
I'm glad that he's so sure of himself in this fight.
Я же не буду говорить громких слов, так как привык отвечать свои слова и обещаю только то, что всегда в чем уверен.
I'm not gonna say any loud words like that because I'm used to doing what I say and answering for my words.
Я уверен в том, что я выйду в ринг только за победой, только за победой. И не важно, какой ценой она мне достанется. Буду стараться только выиграть.
I am positive that once I'm in the ring, I'm there only to win. I know that I'm going to be there to win the fight. No matter what cost it's going to come at, I'm going to do everything to win this fight.
Никто и ничто меня не остановит. Мой дух не сломать.
Nobody and nothing can stop me. My will cannot be broken.
Не важно, что будет в бою. Самое главное победа, и я это сделаю.
No matter what happens, the win is the most important, and I'm going to do it.
Я придерживаюсь старых принципов и старого бокса. Я не выхожу в ринг за деньгами и за поясами. Я выхожу, чтобы делать свою историю. Я выхожу, как старые боксеры, за идеей, чтобы драться с лучшими и быть лучшим. И мне приятно, что я буду драться с одним из лучших и опасных боксеров.
I come into the ring just like back in history when boxers came into the ring for an idea, for themselves and for their people, not for the money or the titles. And I can tell you for sure that I don't fight for the money and the titles. I fight for an idea, and I fight to make history. And I'm very glad that this fight is actually happening, because I'm fighting one of the best fighters in the division, and that makes me motivated and that makes me feel like I'm making history.
Как когда-то мне сказал Бернард Хопкинс, не знаю, он даже не помнит, в 2010 году, когда он увидел, как я возмутился тому, что он меня сравнил с Костей Дзю, он сказал: делай свою историю сам. Вот я ее и стараюсь сделать, я ее делаю.
Once I met with Bernard Hopkins, it was in Laredo, Texas. He might not remember, but we met for the first time in my life, and he compared me to Kostya Tszyu, and I was a little disappointed, and he saw that, he saw the disappointment, and he told me, I know what you mean, and make your own history. And I remember those words for a long time, and I feel that I've been doing that. I think I've been making my own history.
Вас ждет замечательный бой. Я рад, что фанаты дождались этого и получат то, что хотят. Я обещаю вам, скучно не будет.
This is going to be a great, great fight. I'm glad that it's finally happening, and the fans have waited long, I know. But believe me, everybody's going to watch this fight. It's not going to be another fight. This is going to be a really, really exciting fight.
Мне же уже не терпится выйти в ринг и получить просто удовольствие от этого боя, порадовать вас. Хочу пожелать команде и Лукасу удачи и пусть победит сильнейший.
And I just can't wait to get in the ring and enjoy this fight, because this is going to be an enjoying fight for me. And I want to wish Lucas and his team a lot of luck, and let the best man win in the ring.
Vamos, Luca!
Thank you.
Before we open it up for questionings, I'd like to just say something. On big fights, I commissioned Richard Sloan to do some artwork for the fights like this. I've done for other fights in the past, and I want to present something to the fighters today, to Oscar. We've commissioned Richard Sloan to do a painting for the show, because it definitely warrants it. Excuse me, I'll show you guys here. This is for you, Lucas. Yes, for you.
Oh, wow.
And Mario, my buddy from the past. It's going to be a great show. Are there any questions for the fighters or Oscar or anybody on the podium? Because after this, we'll take the pictures, they'll all have a one-on-one. Is there anything that anybody would like to ask right now? The fighters will be available for one-on-one. I'm sorry.
Why the fight is not for a WBC or president?
You already know the answer, so we're not going to get into that on the stage right now. So is there any other questions? You can't catch me, please. I'm 60. Anything else going on? So let's suppose the fighters are picked.
Joe, where do you need to be? Okay, right there.
Luca! I got 10 years on you.
Good luck. You want to
Just swing around a bit.
Where are you going to be? I don't want to get in your way.
Good.
Vamos, Luquita, eh? Whatever you need. Vamos, Luca! Vamos, Verona. Cuidado con la corona. Vamos, Argentina, vamos.
So sit down. Have them come first. So sit down. Bring them over closer. Can you get closer? Is that good? Yeah, okay.
Fuerza, campeón. Vamos, país. Vamos, argentino, vamos. Vamos, Luca, vamos, vamos.
Okay, face off.
Poné cara fea.
Ya sé quién es ese.
Muy explícito en sus palabras, Barrera. Muy explícito. Vamos. Sí.
¿Cómo me ven acá? ¿Cómo me ven?
10 puntos.
¿Estoy viendo? ¿Ubicado?
Sacale, Meneque, que no se va a ver en otra.
¿Estoy bien ubicado?
Échate. La mano, Martín.
La mano. ¿Listo? Gracias.
Adiós.